guys, it's Anthony Rose. Today we're doing some West Coast swing. Now, West Coast swing is probably the dance we get the most requests for here on the channel, so we really like this dance. Now, the pattern that we're doing today is actually pretty simple to learn, but looks really cool. So if it looks cool and is easy to do, why not stick around? All right, guys, we're going to demonstrate the pattern, then we're going to break it down. But before we do, if you guys are new to this channel, if you've not done so already, look down below. You're going to see this little button, and it says subscribe. And if you hammer on that button, you become an X dancer, and then you'll know when all the awesome stuff happens on the channel. So here we go. All right, guys, so this is a variation of a whip pattern. So we're leading her in for an inside whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll show you that again. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if you've not yet learned the whip and you want to learn the whip, there is a link right here. We'll put it in the cards. We'll also put it down in the description to learn the basic idea of the whip. But this is an 8-count pattern. All right, so let's break this down piece by piece. All right, guys, like we said, this is a variation of a whip pattern. That means it is an 8-count pattern, which means it has 4 sections of 2 beats of music. And the count is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Walk, walk, triple step, walk, walk, triple step. So we're going to start in this handshake hold. Nice to meet you. My right hand with her right hand. I'm going to lead her forward for count 1 as I begin to move out of the slot. Then I'm going to give her a light, and I said light, very small prep, which means prepping her, preparing her for the turn. From that point, I'm going to give her an inside turn as with my left hand, which is now free, I'm going to start looking for that opposite elbow. Somewhere between that shoulder and that elbow, I'm going to begin to look for that for 3, and now she has stepped, and now she stepped together. My feet are still together. On count 4, she's going to begin to come forward because I'm giving her that connection to come forward as I start to step around her and start stepping under that arm. Now, I do want to show you that close up. All right, guys, so what I want to pay attention to now is the left hand. For leaders, that's the one we are not connected to her with. So we're going to lead her in for 1, 2. Now, I'm taking my palm and placing it downwards, and I'm going to look for that space in between her shoulder and her elbow. I step together. Now, as I start to come underneath, I'm going underneath that arm, and I still have my arm in that same spot. All right, guys, one thing that is really important is where are you in relation to where your partner is, and we haven't broken that down in this yet, okay? So she has a spot where she goes from here to this spot. She goes back. Like she is literally just going in this straight line. The leaders mostly move side to side, and he has 3 places he can be. He can be in the center of her 2 spots. I can be over to this side, or obviously I can be over to this side. Knowing where you got to be and when you need to be there is super important. When we start this, I'm directly in the center. As I'm leading her forward, I'm beginning to get over to the side here for 1, 2. I'm going to stay on this side for 3, and on count 4, when I start to turn under, I need to get all the way to the other side for 4. So I'm stepping across. That is super important because I've got to give her that space next to go back through that line I'm creating forward and back for her. Okay, so we're directly in the center. We're stepping over to the side for 1, 2. We're staying there for 3. And I'm stepping all the way across for 4, and as I'm turning, I don't slow down that turn. I continue to turn as that hand comes over my head again, and then I take it strictly over top of her head, 5 or 7 and 8. Okay, so again, one more time, I'm on the side, I'm still over here, I go to the other side, I stay on that other side, back into the center, anchor in place. Let's take a look at her footwork. Her footwork is essentially the same thing as an inside whip with an outside turn, okay? So if you haven't learned that one, learn that one. Again, we linked it in the cards, but it is essentially the same thing. She goes forward, forward. Now she's turning inwards and she steps step together, and now I'm bringing her forward for count 4. She's in motion going back for 5, continue for 6, and then we finish with that 7 and 8. His footwork then is 1, 2. I stay over here for 3 and 4. Now I really like on this next step to bring the feet almost together as I begin to turn. And as I'm turning her over top of her head, I'm stepping to the side or forward for 7 and 8. Okay, so let's show you this footwork together in slow motion. Let's show you what that looks like just close up. All right, guys, so she's coming forward as I step 1, 2, and I'm out of the slot. Now I'm basically going to stay in this spot for 3 and as she does a half a rotation for 3, she brings her feet together for and And now I'm gonna be stepping all the way across and starting to rotate my body as I'm bringing her forward. Now she's moving in that line as I continue to rotate as I pull my feet together. She's rotating, I step back into the slot and anchor in place.
One thing I wanted to say for the followers in her footwork, when the leader leads you on count 4, you're gonna take a little bit of a smaller step. So go ahead and lead me through that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and this is all very similar to the whip. With the whip pattern, you can kind of comfortably step through on 4, but on 4, he's in a little bit of this awkward position. So kind of gauge where he's at. Just like any pattern, you kind of have to take smaller steps, bigger steps, depending on what the lead asks you to do. But especially this pattern, I've seen a smaller step is usually what's needed. So a smaller step on count 4, and then just finish through with an outside turn and anchor step.
Yeah, she's basically saying you're going to give what he asks of you, right? Like, you don't have to come forward and take this big, massive step. I mean, if he's in your way, you're just gonna step on him. That's not very good either, right? He's not giving you as much. He's kind of stepping across. It's just kind of an awkward spot. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, one thing that we have seen with this a lot is that he tends to break that down into 2 separate turns when really he only has 1. And I'm not talking about her turn, I'm talking about his turn. So once he starts rotating, when he steps across the slot on count 4, that's the beginning of the rotation. Let it continue. Don't break it out with a step across, stop, and then try to create momentum again. So he's gonna go 1, 2, and now he's turning and he keeps it turning, right? So we don't wanna actually take this as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then he's got to somehow start a turn again. He just has no way to create that momentum to turn. Guys, we want to know what you guys want to see here on the channel, right? So is it more West Coast swing? Would you like to see more of that? Would you like to see more two-step? Would you like to see some polka? Like, would you like to see us do the Macarena? Like, what would you like to see on the channel? And do you have any questions? Leave them down below. We read every single comment. We reply to every single person. Let us know what you want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now, we're going to demonstrate this to music a couple times, and then we'll see you guys next time. The most requests here. Okay, that was close. I was getting there. What am I gonna say? Yeah. Then we're curving her over. I can't curve you over. That doesn't make any sense. So this one is gonna go in this.
Hey, you. Subscribe. Right now. Swinging.
We're swingers. Why do you keep hitting me in the booty?